smell, that's it. That noise right there that you're listening right now, it's okay. It doesn't bother us. You hear that? The motor? That is okay. It sounds like an air conditioning. If he keeps running like that all day, it's nice. When that thing starts and makes the squeaky thing, that damn thing is really disturbing. I can't even concentrate on doing my work. Wasting time. Are you gonna fix that? Are you gonna take care of all the crackings and stuff? Did you see the pictures? See? Can't even. He's not willing to cooperate and fix it. We'll talk about it later. Yeah, he's gonna try convincing you just to leave it that way. He's never been reasonable at all.
I'd rather have his attorney deal through our attorney. Because the only settlement with him is to do everything he wants. His only settlement is to do everything that he wants.
He doesn't take the demand or the petition that I'm asking you to do. Fix the pipe in there, the filter, and the noise. There's two little minor things.
Why can't that be quick?
So the noise, to me, doesn't seem that bad. I'm not living next to it.
That noise right there is fine. The one right now is running. It's okay. When it starts the engine, he knows that.
Probably for $40,000 we can fix it. You want to spend $40,000?
It's just a belt, Roach. It's a belt. It's a belt. He's exaggerating.
No, for what he
it's
wants,
a belt.
The scrubbing system for the paints, fixing the other thing, it's going to be about $30,000 to $40,000.
That is not true. That is not true. It's a simple motor with a belt. That's what it is. He's trying to scare you. He's trying to scare you and not investing anything in this place. It's not your responsibility. It's the shop's responsibility to correct the noise. You are just renting the place. His system needs to be fixed. It's just a belt. How you see the air compressors? And it has a belt like this? Oh, maybe what it needs to be is tie the belt. Or put some sort of ingredient that avoids from the belt to lose all this traction. That and block all those cracks up there. That's leaking a lot of fumes and thinner. So those are the only two things that might correct this place problem. He just doesn't want to do it. He's trying to scare you that $40,000.
They don't scare me.
Well, he's trying to do it. He's working like on his side. I don't know about in your side.
So it looks really nice here.
So he agrees that it's broken. He agrees that it needs to be invest money so it won't bother the neighbors.
Why can't we sit here and solve this?
Well, how can we?
Everything I say, I get
Yeah,
jumped
this guy
at.
is not.
Who jumped on it?
He does.
He does.
He won't even let me talk. So he's talking about the air compressor. So they spent $2,000 trying to fix it, to get the noise down. The noise, you check the decibel level of the noise, it's going to be far within any requirements within the county or the state. It's not going to violate anything. So once again, we can you can talk to Francisco about trying to fix it or do something. If he claims it's just a belt, if it was me and this was my neighborhood, I'd go buy the belt and go give it to him. Let them replace it, because I think it's a bigger problem, in my estimation. All he says is it's just a belt on the compressor. That's all that needs to get it so it's quiet. So if it's me, I'd go to them and I'd say, I'm going to go buy you a belt to fix it and replace it. That's all that it was. That's what I would do if this was behind my house. It bothered me that much.
Why you don't do it?
Because it's not I don't have a problem with it. So I'm
See?
saying, if
Selfish. I don't care.
So once again, while I'm not a doctor, I didn't realize that he was a mechanical engineer to say that that's.
Oh, you don't need to be a mechanic to hear the noise or smell the thinner.
Or to know that that's the problem.
Do you need a certificate? Oh, come on, give me a break. So do I have to get a certificate to listen to the noise and smell the thinner? Jesus Christ!
Tell me the problem is a belt.
The problem is the noise.
You know, little tiny things that mean nothing.
I know. He's just making it a big deal. He's just going to give me a hard time. That's what he wants.
A year ago, I come and talked about this, but they did it. I haven't heard from them.
I don't know.
And I'm sure there's bigger than mine.
Where the hell you come
And they
from?
work in the night.
You can go buy them a compressor.
Well, the compressor sounds pretty quiet.
No, I don't. That noise doesn't bother me. Right now, the way it is, you can leave it all day. It doesn't really bother me. It's nice. It's like an air conditioning when it starts. You heard it. And then the fumes. Those are the only two problems that. Yeah. And the starting of the machine. Not that noise. That noise, I love it. It makes me sleepy. I love it. I run on air conditioning. It sounds the same way. In fact, he did an improvement on that noise. It was cracky before. When he put the motor, it's more quiet now.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Quiet, I remember.
Compared to, I thought he was going to correct the starting side on it, the squeaking side.
Trying. Trying, but it's. So it's been told that the motor, when it starts, is too loud, and that's not, as you said earlier, that's not a sufficient system.
He's going to scare you. He's going to be $40,000. That's not true. There's no such a expensive motor nowhere.
I've got to go. I got another meeting. This is getting nowhere, so
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to be able to discuss this. I hate to say this, Jesus, but you get very sarcastic, and it's very hard to be able to kind of find a solution.
But everybody ignores everything. They don't try to solve it.
Yeah, well, it's hard to solve it when every time we say something, he comes back very sarcastic, and then everybody gets upset. So we need to stay calm if we're going to.
What is he trying to convince you of? Convince me of what? A living with that noise and the smell? That's all he wants to do.
It's really hard.
Yeah, it's not like, okay, he doesn't see anything that is going to help out. He doesn't see like, oh, well, let's work on this or, No, he's defending to the shop. 100%.
Well, no, I think he is just saying is because Francisco is in compliance. So maybe what you just need to do, because in us as landlords, as long as our tenant pays his rent, has his insurance, is in compliance, we're fine. So with this, I think what you need to do is get a hold of either your attorney or the whatever public officials you have.
Oh, yeah, of course, but I wanted to try before with you guys. I thought that
Because
you
we've
had...
done everything, so I think now you need to do what
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna
need
do
to
my own.
And then we'll go from there. Because I think the other people might be easier to deal with, actually, than Jesus's. So we probably should do... I think if we went through proper adult channels, we might be able to get this thing figured out. But I don't think we're going to get things figured out the way we're going.
So it's going to be ending in a legal matter.
Probably.
Yeah, so...
Probably. Yeah, I don't know how to. Yeah, I don't know how to solve this actually with Jesus. I would rather deal with someone a little more professional, I think.
More professional, when I ask all telling us to fix the noise and the thinner, do you think you need someone professional to make a request of something so simple like that? Do you need something professional for that, George? So when I say fix the noise and take the smell of thinner away, do you need a professional for that? Do you need an attorney for that? Do you need a judge for that? I don't see why. I'm not the one starting to go into a legal battle here.
No,
They're the ones who are sending me to court, actually.
No.
They're suggesting for me to hire an attorney already because they're not willing to cooperate and fix this problem. So if this is going to be ended in a legal battle, I don't want you there either. I don't want you there, George. That's the last thing I want to do. But if I had to help my children on his health and the comfort of my house because of noise, I have no choice. Even if I ended with no money in the bank, I would have to hire an attorney. Just because the negligence of on this side right here, it's just negligence. Something so simple that could be fixed. It's not only affecting me, it's affecting my tenants. Because all the tenants, it's some families on the other side that are probably going to go to court if I had to go to court and also testify of what the experience they are living. There's a child over there that has lung problems. She knows because I sent her an email. Lives with a mask. She was born, it's a 1.5-year-old little girl. She was born with lung problems. And she's suffering for all the smell and that stuff. And still, they want to fight it in court? Do I have to bring all this poor family into the courthouse just to talk about it?
Can I ask you this? She's one of your tenants?
I had to, yes.
Well, then why don't they move?
Why do you have to move? They live there. You guys are the
Well,
cause.
we've been here
You guys,
before they were.
but you can't contaminate the ambience.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Having a commercial property on this side of residential business, residential area, doesn't give you the right to poison us. That's the difference.
Well,
That is the difference. If you want to poison people, maybe you can do it in Africa or Mexico, but I don't think you can poison people here. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think this conversation.
Yeah, it's getting a little over.
Because he's getting a little over the top.
No, I'm not getting over the top.
I don't think there's really much we can do, and maybe he just needs to get his professional people involved, and we'll go from there because we are in compliance.
A year ago, we had some problems there. I didn't hear from him for a year on the side.
Yeah. Oh, him? What happened? What's happened in the last year? I'm trying to think of how long that, I think, haven't they been here a couple of years? Francisco? I'd have to look at his lease. I think they've been here a couple of years. So, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But, yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just,
Why can't he sit down and write what he wants and you go from there? If it doesn't
Yeah.
work out,
well, he can write down what he wants, but see, there's really, at this point, George, because, like I was trying to explain to him, Francisco is in complete compliance. They've already had the fire department here, they've had the other authorities here, blah, 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 checked everything out. He has fixed his whatever thing, whatever, I don't really know. He pays his rent every month on time. He gives us his certificate of insurance every year. That for us, there really isn't much we can do because we can't tell Francesco to do something that he's already in compliance with. You know what I'm saying? That's the point I'm making. So if he wasn't in compliance, us as landlords would be responsible to be able to say, look, you can't stay here unless you're in compliance. And remember, that's what we had talked about before. We wanted to make sure he was in compliance before we renewed his lease. We haven't renewed his lease yet. There's one coming up, but it hasn't run out yet. If we decide to keep him, he's going to come down here. But we haven't made that decision yet. The decision has not been made. But see, until we know for a fact, if he was not in compliance, believe me, we would have already had him move. We would have already had him go. But he's been a good tenant outside of this certain situation. He's been a very good tenant. Well, cars, but that's why we're trying to correct it with this down here. Well, we don't know yet because I had to call. Dan was going to come this weekend and start on that tree, but Rhonda's having her open studios. So Rhonda said, please don't have anyone come to do this weekend. So Dan's not going to come this weekend. He's probably going to come the following. He has to do it on a weekend. Yes, I know. I've told him that. He's been sick and he's had some other work. Yeah. But, yeah. And is yours tree work? Is yours tree work?
8 acres of grass now.
Okay, because I have another fellow that does some tree work and stuff for me too. That just sent me a message saying that he's available.
I can't get a hold of him.
I know. Well, I'll be talking with Dan this weekend. So
See him, tell him to get a hold of him.
yes, yeah. In fact, I'll stand right there with him and tell him to call you right then while I'm standing there. Okay. So yeah. So
I'd like to get this thing started.
yeah.
We got to bend a little bit too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how we can bend. I don't know how we can bend. See, that's it. If there was something that we could do.
Seems like nobody wants to bend it.
Well, it's just, I mean, well, how would we bend, George? I don't know how we would bend. See, I don't know what we can do as landlords. I don't know what we can do.
So I think the air conditioner could help. Send somebody up there to fix it.
Or fix his air conditioning?
What did they? Our air conditioner.
Well, we don't have an air conditioner.
Compressor.
The air compressor, but that's his air compressor. I don't know.
They went up there.
Yeah, is that what that is? Is that an air compressor?
It's an exhaust system.
Yeah, see, I don't know anything about this kind of, this is all, I do the bookwork.
It's supposed to just suck the air and throw it out there.
I don't know, maybe we could talk with Francesco and we could go in part payment with him or something. Like how we did with Wenger on the fence, where we paid for part of it and they paid for part of it. You know?
We should get something solid in before you leave here.
Yeah,
It just gets worse and worse.
yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
Well, it is a big deal, you know?
When you get up there past it. Up there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Well, let me talk with Francesco and I'll talk with Eric somewhere and see what maybe, you know, I don't know. If we can help, I don't know how much this stuff costs.
I may look like a dummy, but this air conditioning stuff is damn pretty cool.
Yeah.
Maybe about the biggest in the state.
Yeah.
So I know that air conditioner.
Yeah. So, yeah, see, I don't know. Yeah.
10 of the guys in there are dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fumes.
But I would think they would anymore. Things have changed so much with paint, with everything, that everything is so, you know, all these rules and stuff now. I mean, even with stuff you spray your garden with anymore, you can't use anymore because of
Frankie bought
chemicals.
another one.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, you know, I don't know. Well, the best thing I can tell you is we'll just talk it over a little more and then whatever, and if we can do something, you know, we'll see if we can. If not, then you just do what you need to
I
do.
just wouldn't like to bug you guys because someone else's fault. If this thing goes farther out, then it's just too complicated and too costly. Why would I have to go through that point? It's something I think it's going to cost us more than $40,000 to fight for that thing that he should expend to fix it. It's going to cost you guys too. So why? Why something that someone else has a responsibility, you guys have to pay? And George, I wouldn't like to be having seated in court. Why? There's no need for that. I know that my attorney, the first thing is going to do, cite you guys, serve you, and have confront the judge. That is so ridiculous. I hate the judges. I hate the courthouse. Why? For something so simple, because I had to fight to keep my children healthy and the noise quiet. We gotta make a big fight and expend thousands of dollars.
What keeps you happy? What do you need?
It's just the noise and the smell, Jonathan. George,
my
it's just.
understanding is the noise, and we'll call maybe I can talk to Tom. The noise really isn't coming from here. I think
You
the
didn't hear
noise
it?
is coming. Well, no.
Did you
Well,
hear it
this one, I didn't. To me, it wasn't that
when he get closer? Look how far you are. You're like 70 feet. Look, go. Remember, I invited you to go and stand up right next to my bedroom and see what the difference is.
But he stops
Yeah.
at 7.
I mean, if you go in the corner, of course the noise is going to
He
be more
stops
quiet.
at 7.
It's all day long. As soon as that thing kicks in, you jump. It's so impressive when it just goes like quick, it's just like you jump. It drives your nerves. It drives you nuts. It's just, I mean, yeah. And you must live in a very nice, comfortable place. It makes a lot of difference when you're living next to a auto body shop. I know you have problems with your neighbors, right? I know you have problems with your neighbors. All these students, it's different. Students, you know, it's a noise that you can't stand.
I got no sound.
What?
Being diplomatic.
Yeah, I tried for. It's already been 2 years with this since the previous guy. Yeah, and I tried different ways. I tried sending emails and and things, and always flash back on me. They're right. They have their permits. That's all I heard from them. It's just the point that they're not willing to do anything about it. You already know the facts. Because money, but Eric said that $40,000 about upgrading the system. It's not about money. It's just that they're just going to be saying, no, we're not just going to help the neighbor. He has to live like that. He has to move away from his property, sell it, and go live somewhere else, just like he stated. And why? It's so simple as that.